crafty friends, Lisa here with another video for you. But I thought I would turn my channel into hauling videos. So they've closed most of my Tuesday mornings. There's really only 2 left, and they put them within like 5 miles of each other. So we're not getting to Tuesday morning as much as we used to. My checkbook rejoices. Sad for me, happy checkbook. But I still, when I have a doctor's appointment over on that side of town, will stop in and grab a few things. I am still getting a lot of Stampin' Up, close to my heart, Crafter's Companion. So I have picked up a lot of stuff like that. I did some big Black Friday warehouse grab bags. So if you guys would be interested in a video on that, let me know in the comments below. But I thought we were a little too far past that to really make that interesting. Although I did get some numbers, and I think I'm going to do a video on that. I'm also thinking about a series, besides my craft boxes, of doing a series on trying to use your old products that you have. So instead of always doing new stuff, trying to find a way to use my older stuff in my stash, and finding a way for you to also use your older stuff in your stash. So that's the stuff going on in this head of mine. But today we're going to talk about this kit here. It's called 3D Borders. It's kit number 30. And again, I've become obsessed with these. So I have a bunch of them. So I'm now in the subscription kit with HSN. So I can do the latest ones as they come in going forward. But I also can do some of the past ones because I know they've been at Tuesday morning. They've been on Zoo. I got a bunch of the old ones that I didn't have from Zoolily. So if you haven't already, check out Zoolily. They have a bunch of them. The balloon one I've already put away because I needed the box for a Christmas present. But other than that, I can still do a bunch of videos on that because I love them, but I hate the fact that it doesn't come with a bunch of directions. It only comes with, when you open it, which I've already opened this one, it just says thank you, and then you have all of these pictures. So you can like replicate these pictures, which is great, and I'm going to show you some that I made. And then you go to the Crafter's Companion website, and Craig, who is amazing, and we love you, Craig, if you ever see this video. But they show you 2 videos. It used to be they would give you 3, 4, 5 videos, but now they only give you 2, which I need more than that. So Crafter's Companion, if you hear this video, I need more videos. So I decided I wanted to start doing some videos and talk with you guys about my Crafter's Companion boxes because I just don't know that there's enough inspiration out there for us. So first I thought I'd show you just some things that I've made with this kit. And then I thought we would kind of talk about some different card ideas, and maybe even, depending on how long we've gone, make a card together. If this video starts to get long, I may or may not. I may speed the part of me making a card along. We'll kind of see where we're at. All right, so there's 1,000 videos showing you what is in this kit. So at least for this one, I'm not going to do it because there's 1,000. But I will show you the back. So you get some dies, you get card blanks, envelopes, acrylic stamps, all sorts of stuff. An embossing folder, all kinds of stuff, which I'm about to show you. You get ribbon. The gems are gorgeous. I mean, they're absolutely, and actually, I think this is the balloon box. I have the balloon box and this one mixed together, but I mean, the gems you get in these boxes are just absolutely phenomenal. I'm in love with them. And you can see I love them so much. I've used like almost this whole sheet already. I tend not to be super shy when it comes to the supplies they give me in this box. I tend to use up the paper. I tend to use up the gems. I just have a good time. I don't tend to hoard my supplies. So I have, of course, have my stamping platform out. If you do not own a stamping platform yet, you need to. You need to not pass go, not collect $200. You need to get a stamping platform. This particular one is Stampin' Ups, but everybody has a stamping platform now. Tim Holtz has one. We Are Memory Keepers has one. Crafter's Companion has one. The Misty, which is the original. Who else has one? Guys, I think everybody does pretty much anymore. There's a ton of them out there. Play around. Find the one that's your favorite. I have the Stampin' Up one and I have the Tim Holtz one. The Stampin' Up! One is my go-to. I love it. Love it. Love it. We can talk about my love of this thing in another video if you so choose. And if you need help getting a Stampin' Up! One, let me know. But I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just telling you that that's what I like. And I'll always tell you what I like. And if there's something I don't like, I'm not going to be shy about that either. Because, you know, let's face it, sometimes there are things we don't like, you know. Like I have this one trimmer that I bought. I am not a big fan. If you go buy that trimmer, I will tell you, no, don't pass go, don't collect $200. And that's my Recollections trimmer that I got at Michael's. I never cut straight with that stupid thing. I keep it as a backup because sometimes you just need a backup trimmer. But I never cut a straight line. I prefer my Cricut one, my Stampin' Up! One. I have a guillotine too. I don't use it too often though. But you know what I mean? You just have products that are your go-tos. All right, so I watched both of the videos for my 3D Borders kit, and I tried to mimic the box. Now, in the video that Craig did, can you see this? They made one very similar to this top one here. And if I flip the box over, they made this one here. So those are the first two cards I made. And let me see if I can find those. So here is that attempt. Now I used wet glue and it seemed to have warped my card a little bit. I'm not really sure why that happened. If you know why my card got a little warped when I used wet glue on this material, let me know in the comments. I've not really ever had that. I used this Tombow multi-adhesive and I usually don't have a problem with it. And I know art glitter glue is the bomb.com, but it's under 40 degrees and I live in Indiana. So there's no getting art glitter glue right now. Which is why I stopped using art glitter glue in the first place, is because it's so hard to get. But I am just in a rambly mood. I am so sorry. But anyway, I had so much fun playing with this kit, as you can see. So here's the first card I made following the video. So I stamped out, there's a stamp set. Let me find the stamp set for you. All right, everybody, I am back, and I hope you're not crooked. The tripod totally came crashing down on me. So we're gonna have to work on our setup a little bit, so bear with me while we work out some kinks as I get everything reset up. But this is the stamp set that comes with the kit, and then you get a set of dies, which are super cute. There's like 2 little butterflies, some flowers. This says wishes, and then there's best wishes. And then this says just for you. And then there's a big reef, a half reef, those butterfly, and some little butterflies. So it's a cute little set. And then they give you this little cut and emboss folder. We're going to come back to talking about this little guy in a little bit. But so that's kind of what we're working with when these kits. And I, at least when I first open a kit, try to stick to what's in the kit. We're going to talk more about that here in a minute as well. And then, of course, it comes with your stamping card. It comes with a bunch of different printed papers, which I'll give you just a quick little, you know, some solids, some printed. So, you know, you have everything you need except for adhesive. All you need are scissors and adhesive and a block, and you are off to the races. So this is the first one I made with the video that I watched. And then I made this one here, which this one has actually been my favorite of all of them I've made. So the 2 sets of card bases you get with this kit are 5x7, which is a lot bigger than I normally make. I usually make the standard A2 size cards, and these were 6x6. So I'm a little out of my comfort zone already making these bigger cards, but it was actually kind of fun having the bigger medium. So I made the 6x6 card, cut my mats. I'm not a big matter. I'm really not. So that's been kind of fun. And then I stamped out and used my alcohol marker. So when you use alcohol markers, we all know we have to use an alcohol ink. So I used Close to My Heart's Intense Black. If you need a demonstrator from Close to My Heart, let me know. I have a great one. I am not one, but I know a great one. So I can get you hooked up with that. But I use Intense Black. You can also use, I think it's Memento, Stays On. Crafter's Companion has an alcohol-free, but I love this Intense Black. It's my favorite. You can watercolor with it or alcohol with it, so I love that. Okay, so I stamped it out, and I just did I used my tri-blend markers, which I find that I love my tri-blends because it makes coloring so simple. I did some basic coloring, and then I got my sparkle pins out, and I just did some real easy, quick, throw it down on the paper after work one evening coloring. And I created these beautiful 2 cards. So that is what the videos taught me to do. So now what? What do I do now? So now I'm looking at the box and I'm trying to come up with what to do next. So I look at the front of my box and I decide I'm going to make this card over here. This card took me like 3 attempts. I don't know why, because it's really not a hard card, but it really did take me a minute. I just kept messing up my stamping. I don't know why, but do you ever have that? So I stamped this out, and I just like to keep it real with you guys when I make these cards, because it looks like it's just boom, one done, and you don't have, you know, and it is really simple, and that's not always the case. So I matte and layered it again. I really like these oranges. I've been really wanting to branch out. I've noticed lately in my crafting, I have like a couple different colors. And so I'm really wanting to get more into my oranges and yellows because I don't own a ton of orange and yellows. And then I see where I use the gems. And I really like how they had us place it at an angle. What I love about this kit is it really shows you how you can use your stamps and you don't always need to cut them out. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. And that led me into this one down here, with the exception of I didn't put the bow on. I still could if I decide I want to later, but I thought it would make it too bulky. So I decided not to add the bow, and I used the different paper. And the reason I used different paper is because I cut it funky, and so there's no mistakes in crafting, right? So I cut it out. I cut it in purples. I matted it just for you. I cut around the reef, which actually was really easy. I'm not a huge fussy cutter. It was really easy to cut around it. And then I did a just for you. So those are the cards that I've made over the last few days. And then last night I was working on this one up until dinner time, and I haven't finished it yet. So I stamped it on this purple cardstock, but then I realized that that's not really what I really wanted to do. What my thought process was with this card was I have all these dies, and I was going to cut out some flowers and place it over, but I really should have stamped this on like a green paper if I was going to do that, so that the leaves were already colored, and then I cut out, then I used my leaves or my flower dies and cut out the flowers in the different colors. That would have been smarter, but I think it looks cute just like this. And then I can mount this on a 6x6 card. So that's what we're actually going to work on now. Card bases. Oh, and it comes with this embossing folder. They never really tell you what to do with the embossing folder. And I've been kind of stumped on what to do with the embossing folder. I've been thinking about it all day. Now last night, just for fun, and sometimes I get inspired if I just cut it out. Like this was some scrap I had, so I just cut it out and was hoping that it would inspire me to do something. So we're still thinking about some inspiration. We might play with that too a little bit. It doesn't have to be difficult. You can just after work or after your day, just come in the room. And what I got to thinking about was this stamp set is really awesome this month. I really like it, but I could also grab some other stamps. For example, this came in one of the stamp boxes a while ago. I don't even remember which box this was in. I clearly didn't use it when I played with whatever box it was. But this could make some cute little accents. You know, you could do just a note inside here. You could do Be Your Own Sunshine would be super cute. Or I just got this stamp set literally like yesterday in the mail. I won it in a virtual crop I just did. But the sentiment says, don't wait for the perfect moment to spread your wings and soar. And I think that's what I'm going to actually put in the middle of this. And then I thought maybe I would put some butterflies around. I think this dragonfly, first I was going to use this dragonfly, but I think it's just a little too big. So if you guys want to come along with me, we'll work on that. What do you guys think? All right, let's go. All right, so we're going to get this stamp out from Close to My Heart, and we're going to get that sentiment about soaring. We're going to put this mat underneath. That will just help give us a little bit of cushion to get a deeper impression, because I'm going to use a small block. We're going to season the stamp. That's what I'm doing there on my hand. That helps get a better impression. I'm using my Intense All-Purpose Black just because I had it out. So at the end of the weekend, I'm like, what did I finish? Getting a nice ink. You can either do it directly to the block, or you can take the block to the pad, whatever floats your boat there. I'm going to read it again because making sure I have good ink. Getting a nice whenever you stamp, make sure you have something underneath. Press down. So use magic fingers. That comes with it, and I'm sorry I'm off camera a little bit here. I will work on getting more in frame for my next video. But wow, the magic of filming. I was able to move that in, and you can see I got a nice impression. I've got this little guy. From there, I start picking out the butterflies I want to use. There's a lot of really good choices in butterflies. Here I'm showing you some different how I use scrap paper a lot in these kits. The back has white, so sometimes I'll stamp on the back of there. But this time I just use white cardstock that was in the pack, and I get my Intense Black out. That's a Stampin' Up! Block. You want a good quality block to get a good impression, especially if you're not using a platform. A lot of companies have good quality blocks. I want to try using the Rocka block at some point. There's round blocks. There's so many different kinds, but you want to make sure it's good and sturdy. Again, I'm seasoning these stamps because they're brand new, and I'm just going to stamp them out here on this cardstock. Once that's completed, I will start coloring them. And so we're just going to wait for me to get on with it here, I guess. So I'm inking it up really nice there. I do 3 of each because you want to do everything in 3s, even if you don't use them, because that just is a more effective look for the eye when you do things in 3s. I don't show you all the stamping. I just stamp out a couple of them for you. And I get a nice impression on each of these butterflies. They really do stamp out nicely for me. So I was really impressed with that. And then I move on to stamping out the little guy there. He's so cute. He's so little. And then we keep stamping. There I stamp out another big. And then I get my sparkle pens out. Now sparkle pens are the greatest thing ever. I own a lot of them. There's Close to My Heart. There's Crafter's Companion has some. I love them all equally. Yeah, I just love all things sparkly and glittery. And this is a good way to do sparkle without getting glitter everywhere. So I'm picking out colors to color my butterflies. You can see here where I'm showing you how to do a new pin. If you see your pin has that new yellow, you just take that out. You want to tightly close up your pin. Then you want to pull the lid off and make sure the lid is completely tight, because otherwise you'll have a leaky mess. I had that happen to me once. It's a hot mess. You get it on your markers. You just don't really want that. Let me tell you. Trust me on this one. So once you have that little white piece nice and tight, you're going to then write the color on. If the company doesn't put the color on, I do recommend that so you don't forget what color. And then you're going to shake it up. Well, put the lid back on and then shake it up. And then there's a button that says press. You're going to press that. And on scrap, you're going to press until it comes out. kind of prime it a little bit. That's what I'm doing here. Then I recommend throwing that, whatever you primed it on, away, because otherwise it gets in your way. I don't do that here, and it does get in my way. So don't do what I do. And then I start coloring my butterflies with the blue. Now I did most of that off camera, which gave them a good amount of sparkle. I did add a touch of green. And I just kept going in and just adding a little bit of color here and a little bit of color there to make them all a little different. Because as you know, butterflies all have a different look in nature. All right, so here I'm getting my die cut machine out. I'm just using my little handheld one. And it's a We Are Memory Keepers one. I got it at Tuesday morning. I'm just running that through and cutting out each of my little butterflies. I love this little one for little things. And it'll cut out each of my butterflies very beautiful. So I had my camera on, but the filming has disappeared for this part of the video. I apologize. So what I do next is I mat with that flower paper you see underneath on a 6x6 card base, and those those butterflies we were just cutting out, I apply all around our card base, which gives us this beautiful card. Okay, crafty friends, here's what I came up with the embossing folder. I think if I do it again, I won't cut this down. I'll just make it a rectangle. But overall, it's not bad. It's just a little friends card, and then write your little friend a message, you know. I was thinking it might be cute to add some other little butterflies on the side, but just want to jump on here and show you what I thought of with the embossing folder. So to wrap up, these are the cards I made with the 3D Borders kit. I'm going to throw some pictures on here at the end to show you everything. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed making a little bit of that card with me. Here's the back, and here are the cards I made. This is the one with the embossing folder. This is one from the box, and probably my ultimate favorite with the different butterflies. This is one from Craig's video that is sideways. I don't know why. This is another one I made with the embossing folder that I never put on a card. Here's the purple one finished that we just made together. Here is the one we cut out together. This is the half crescent moon card. I also love this one. It's probably my second favorite I made with this kit. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.